we finally got an alpha man, two alpha men, matter of fact, three of them, that's in charge right now. And, oh my gosh, a lot of Americans you can't please. President Trump stood his ground, and even the vice president, they both stood their ground. And a lot of Americans are still mad. Like, you can't please American people, man. Everybody wanted somebody that was going to stand firm, try to get money, and do what they had to do to fix this country. Now you got men that's doing this, and people are still upset at the president. Now you got allegedly, I have to say that you got some supporters that was supporting Trump now turning over to the Democratic Party. Like, let's hear what happened in the White House between Ukrainian President, Vice President Vance, and Donald Trump. Let's see what happened.
President Volodymyr Zelensky says it's important that Ukraine's plight is heard and not forgotten. He made those comments on social media today, a day after his explosive Oval Office meeting with President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. What was supposed to be a show of diplomacy ended with what some are calling a debacle and without a rare minerals deal. European leaders are rallying behind Zelensky and vowing unwavering support after his early White House exit following the contentious meeting. President Trump said Zelensky can return to the White House when he's ready for peace. Willie James Inman is in West Palm Beach with more. Willie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Dana. President Trump and President Zelensky were set to sign an agreement that would have given the U.S. access to rare earth minerals from Ukraine. They were also preparing to discuss a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, but now the path forward is unclear.
What started out as a pleasant meeting at the White House ended in a tense war of words.
Right now, you don't have to play cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
And with the Ukrainian president being kicked out of the White House, the meeting took a turn after Vice President J.D. Vance praised President Trump for working to bring a diplomatic end to the conflict, and President Zelensky responded with a history lesson on how Russia violated previous agreements.
And we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. But after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
Both Trump and Vance then accused Zelensky of being ungrateful.
But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing.
A planned lunch and press conference was scrapped. President Trump posted on Truth Social saying Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved. In his own post, Zelensky thanked the president, Congress, and Americans for their support.
They should have an immediate ceasefire. That was the other thing he didn't want to do about ceasefire. A ceasefire could take place immediately.
Lawmakers, including Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, usually a fierce supporter of Ukraine, blasted Zelensky.
We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we...
And it was. To walk into somebody else's home and raise your voice the way this guy did. And still you have America. Like, I'm done. Let me just let this guy talk.
Ever do business with Zelensky again.
Democrats blamed Trump and Vance, with Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posting, "Trump and Vance are doing Putin's dirty work. Senate Democrats will never stop fighting for freedom and democracy." When asked in a Fox News interview if he owed Trump an apology, Zelensky said no and added,
This is not good for both sides anyway, and I'm very open, but I can't, change our Ukrainian attitude to Russia.
U.S. assistance to Ukraine could now be in jeopardy following this contentious meeting. President Trump has the authority to give nearly $4 billion in military assistance to Ukraine without congressional approval.
The Democrats, man, are spineless, man. Like, we finally have somebody here that's doing something. The Democrats are spineless. And the Democrats is always going to be spineless. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave a comment of what you think. And help me get to 18,000. And share this video. But I think Trump did a good job.